Yeah, I don't know how many videos I can keep on explaining the same thing, but I'm NJ2TheCity, and literally, you'd be amazed how many literal songs I've already written, recorded, released, and how many I'm about to release, saying the same thing about the kids, younglings, being my little brothers and sisters of the next generation. Literally, you can probably count, actually, you kind of can't count on you can't count on two hands and 2 feet how many times I've said it, because I probably said it like almost 50, if not more times than even that. I just love kids. God first on that. And again, I love kids because once again, kids are just so precious. They're so adorable. Literally at any age. They very much are so precious. They're so beautiful. They're so adorable. When I look at kids, I get overwhelmed with God's love. I get overwhelmed with just wanting to be there for them, for you, slash for them, depending on who's watching this. I just get overwhelmed with wanting to be there for them, slash be there for you. I get overwhelmed with wanting to support you, wanting to encourage you, wanting to, support you, and so on. And to add on to the Niece and Valley Ridge segment, here's the thing, because one of the top things that I specialized in doing as Niece Ambassador when I was at the school, and I still to an extent specialize in today, here's the thing, especially when you get foreign exchange students, you all should literally be representing yourself the best for our country. This is way bigger than you when you have a foreign exchange student coming to your school. Particularly, I'm talking about for East and Valley Ridge, but literally any school all across the country and world. You're not only representing your school, you're representing your country. And this is what I mean when I say that we have very much a lot of garbage people running our schools and teaching our kids who don't know a squat about God, don't know squat about Jesus, don't know squat about American pride and patriotism, don't know squat about the ultimate sacrifice with joining the Army, Air Force, military. They don't know squat about anything real. They just, again, are fake and live in their, I want to say glass houses, fantasy world utopias. But again, if you were to ask me what that translates into, especially, ladies and gentlemen, when you have to realize that as a student, you're not just when you have a foreign exchange student that comes to your school, and particularly I'm talking about particularly for here in the U.S. You are not just representing your school with this foreign exchange student. You're representing your country. Why should this student love your country, and why should he or she choose to continuously stay here for years, if not decades to come, and so on. Retire here, even. And that's what I mean when I say you have a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, in our society. They are soaking in hate. They're soaking in negativity. They're soaking in garbage. They're soaking in everything unclean. And that's one of the type of reasons why you have as much bullying, ostracization, and much more that you have in our society and our school system. Everyday life, everyday people, everyday things. Not everybody that's, again, every day is of the same nature as the next, of the same background, same feelings, same desires as the next. But once again, there's a reason why you have so much crime, drugs, criminals, and more. Because these people, once again, as I've said before, they're soaking and bathing in sin, soaking and bathing in negativity, soaking and bathing in violence, soaking and bathing in everything filthy and disgusting. Ladies and gentlemen, definitely for Nice and Valley Ridge, when you have a foreign exchange student come to your school, you're not only representing your school, but you're representing our country, our proud American, United States of America country. Again, I grew up on the American Eagle stuff, so just to let you know. And I want you all to understand that. That's what you are representing. You're not just representing your school. You can hate, you can literally, when a foreign exchange student comes, you can literally hate your school. But you at least need to love your country and embrace your country towards welcoming, the foreign exchange student to your school, to your homeland, to your community with love, character, and respect. And if you're not doing those things, I'm saying you could, because literally what I literally just said there was, you can hate your school with everything you got in your bones, but you need to at least represent your country right with this foreign exchange student. And if you're not doing that, you failed. You literally failed. You literally failed. You literally. I mean, there's so many different ways I can break down the ways you failed. But I'm not gonna even go into one of them because the ideas are just swirling around in my mind and I can't get them out in a fluent sentence. But you failed. And this is what I mean when I say that, and you'll wonder why our society is going downhill / going down to hell every single day for the most part. Because we live in a society that chooses to definitely ignore and neglect God, that chooses to definitely ignore and neglect common sense, ignore and neglect good deeds for the purity of doing good deeds. A society that bathes in sin, bathes in death, bathes in gun violence, bathes in violence, period, bathes in foul language, bathes in everything corrupt, negatively twisted, and just sick, foul, and evil. Shall I go on? Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, that is not to say you don't have plenty of positive effects. Because trust me, you got plenty of positive people out there, like myself. And probably a lot that are way more positive than me. But if you know me in person, how could you ever get more positive than me? But I'm pretty sure there's some people that have cracked that code somehow, some way. I love Nice, man. I love my alma mater. And I'm just going to say it. You know, I love my alma mater. But you'll be amazed, again, like I said before, how many people graduated from my alma mater who don't care about my alma mater. What that means is once they left, they were gone not only for good, but dare I say they were gone for oblivion. The only time they might care about Nice again is if they have a little brother or a little sister that are going to Nice. So again, they can give them tips and advice, welcome information. Other than that, they don't care. I'm willing to bet you 9 times out of 10. They don't care. I'm that one guy, which makes me literally think to myself, is what I do worth it and what I do important? Because literally, I had a breakdown in October. And I wrote a song about it this past week, 2 or 3 days ago. I wrote a song about it, how to break down. I literally had a breakdown in October, you know, a mental breakdown a little bit. Thinking to myself, literally, and I might have to just title this video my mental breakdown. I literally had a breakdown in October because I literally was scrolling through my Instagram, seeing all my friends from the classes of 16, 17, and 18, I guess 19, but definitely 16, 17, 18, literally out there living their best life with Christ, possibly without a goddamn care in the world. You know, just living it up. And not only were they living it up, ladies and gentlemen, they were living it up, I would say, with class, dignity, and royalty. And what that kind of alludes to or escapes to is they lived it to where it was like they're living their best life out of high school. And again, what that also translates into is that it's like saying high school instead of, again, setting you up with that foundation. It's like saying high school was holding you back and limiting you, limiting your potential. Because I don't think any of these people had even close to the fun that they are having now outside high school, into college, or just into the everyday, world. I don't think they had even close to this fun when they were in high school. Which, once again, makes sense to an extent why some don't know, don't care, don't want to ever come back to Nice for anything. But that's not the foundation in which I believe that I laid there in Nice, and it's not the foundation that I continuously keep on trying to lay from afar and even up close whenever I'm around there. Ladies and gentlemen, the foundation that I literally, because what I mean about the breakdown, the subject of the breakdown was, am I wasting my life being Nice's ambassador still? Am I wasting my life being Valley Ridge's ambassador? Should I just literally have already been in college right now, and I wouldn't say be asleep to culture and, government and politics and a few other things. I wouldn't say go to college and be asleep about those things, but should I just go to college and forget about half of everything that I know today? And a part of that does mean probably give up music, probably half of it, you know. And if not give up music, give up something. I don't really know. Give up something. And yeah, that's just what I was thinking to myself. The breakdown was when I literally was on Instagram and was scrolling through. I just had a breakdown. Like I just thought to myself, and literally, I detail it in the song. I think I wrote a song about it. At least I know that much. I was literally thinking to myself, am I wasting my life being Nice's ambassador even after I graduated? Am I wasting my life representing Valley Ridge as well as their ambassador? Am I wasting my life giving a bleep about St. John's County School District the way I do? Should I literally just be out there in college or wherever on this world, just doing whatever it is, again, with not all the character traits that I have now? I guess. And that was the breakdown because I just really did. For a second there, I thought to myself, I am wasting my life. Because I'm not joking you when I tell you this. You know how disturbing it is to know that everybody you graduated with doesn't care about that high school anymore. Now, Lily, let that sink in for a second there. Do you know how painful it is to know that you are literally the only one who gives so many words I can use there. You're the only alumni that cares. You're the only school student that really cared, to a huge extent. But then, school student aside, you're the only alumni that still cares. Every other alumni is going on about their business, but you're the only alumni that's still stuck on these. The only alumni only guy that didn't go to Valley Ridge that, again, cares about Valley Ridge. Dare I say, I don't know if this is an indictment on me or an indictment on the schools. Or not, if not both. As I've said before, you failed as a school when the kids that graduated from you literally don't want to come back for anything. And what that again alludes to is they're not coming back for school, they're not coming back for sporting events to cheer on anybody, meet anybody, check on anybody. They're not coming back to try to volunteer. They're not coming back to try to donate. They're not coming back for literally anything. See a play or two. They're not coming back for anything. And I'm literally going to tell you, I don't know whether that's an indictment on me or that's an indictment on the schools. But I do believe that I should have the answer to that because I've had many people tell me, thank you, Nate, for what you do. Thank you for being our #1 fan. Trust me, kids, I love being your #1 fan. But trust me, every day it definitely gets rough at times. Because how can I be your #1 likely? How can I just accept that I'm the only one that cares? But again, the only way I can accept that is because I'm NJ2TheCity. I literally made the song title I Inspire People. I mean, I'm famous for a reason. I mean, think about it. I made the song title I Inspire People. And by the way, even though these views don't show that I'm famous, if you, like I said before, know my personality and you know the people I surround myself with and you know what I've done for Nice and Valley Ridge, then you know I'm famous. Just to let you know, because these videos definitely don't show it when it comes to the views. But if you've been out and about with me in the community, you know what I mean. What I've done for Nice, what I've done for Valley Ridge, you know I'm famous. But yeah, that was part of the breakdown. I was just meditating. How in God's name am I the only one that cares about Nice? And I graduated, and I'm the only alumni who you would literally. Every other alumni might come back for 1 out of 5 sporting events. These people, and I mean literally, I'm talking about the guys that literally stayed around I'm talking about the guys that stayed around Jacksonville, stayed around Ponte Vedra, stayed around St. Augustine. Not the ones that are out there in Florida State and Florida State and Florida. Even though you could put them in the mix a little bit too, but mostly the ones that stayed around St. Augustine. Mostly the ones that are within a 30-minute distance from Nice. And that's what I'm talking about. Mainly those. not the ones that are 2, 3 hours away. I'm talking about mainly the ones that are within a 30-minute distance. I'm the only